Yeah, the SPY. Now, I've been calling for a SPY to drop to 600, and it looks like it's going to happen now. I know it's sometime. I was thinking early this year. I did videos back. Check my YouTube under shorts or videos. Calling this the last 6 months. We have a rising wedge. So you can't stop technical analysis. Go to the weekly chart, the weekly right here. Go back to 2000. Look at this trend line all the way up. We finally hit high. Look at this 21. We didn't reach up here. We came down. Look at these low lines. COVID, 2022, 23. You had tariffs with Trump going down, 25. Then we just exploded back up and reached this high line. Look at this line. It goes all the way back to the 2000.com bubble. So you had, bouncing off from the April low tariffs. It wasn't that big a deal at the time. Companies were absorbing all the tariffs, and then we go up. AI, that hype. Watch CNBC every day. AI, 100 billion, 100 billion. I think most of it is crap, and a lot of these AI, companies, whatever, they won't amount to anything. Data centers, and I think that's next. It's going to collapse. It's a total fraud. But so you go up here, and you reach eventually a high. It looks like in this candle, 697.84 on January 30th, and it's making this rounding motion. Now we're rolling over Iran war. It's getting worse. It's not going to be an easy fix, just 2 weeks now. This isn't some little island or something you just take over like Venezuela. This is a major problem in the Middle East. So I was calling for about 600. It would be right about here, 613, 600. That puts it at 10%. Well, 7% is about 640. The drop, 10% would be 620. I guess around like 12-ish percent, 600. 15% 580, 20% will be like 550-ish, and if things get really bad, 25% will be 520. So anywhere in this range, anything can happen with the Middle East, the economies not doing that great. This AI hype. We're down right now. You can see over 1,000 points on the Dow. Nasdaq 632. You see the SPY 149, Russell 98. The VIX is 2965. Now, you look at this, look at these spikes. I think we're going way higher. We could go 30, 40, maybe 50. We'll see. Crude oil's at 113. Look how this exploded. 60, 70. It was just working its way up slowly. If you look in January, it was grinding up. See, this is ever so slowly. Little do we know things would get this bad. And then 70, 80. Now we're just exploding out right now. You can see oil at this point, 150. I mean, we're at 113, 120. It's like no problem. So this is the weekly SPY. Monthly, you just go all the way back. Look at this trend line, 2000. We went sideways, .com, we crashed, financial crisis went sideways, sending triangle breakout, and then we took off from there, from 2009. Yeah, it's some moves down. This monthly chart, it's your moves. It really was good, pretty good for a while. 2015, it struggled in the 16, then you broke out. Very good move up to 2018. And you remember that in 2018, what was it, late 2018, about like credit? They were going to raise rates. Everyone panicked. The market didn't like that at all. And then, that was end of 2018 right here. I forget what that was, beginning of 18. But look at this, little move here. Bigger move, even bigger with COVID. Then we took off from COVID. Ukraine war happens with Russia. That's going on 4 years plus now. That, bring the market down pretty good. Then you found this trend line and you're bouncing up. Trump tariffs, you're bouncing up, and then what do we got here? Another trend line. Like, it's almost like you can tell the future. I knew something would happen. That's why people you can't read charts, you don't know the future. Well, I can to a certain extent. You can almost predict what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Black Swan event, another COVID. What's going to happen? Drive the market down. Now it's war in the Middle East. So 2020 COVID. Trend line, 2022 trend line, right here about 23, 24 trend line, 25 another trend line. Now we're gonna go all the way to this trend line. Like nothing's guaranteed. You're gonna hit these trend lines, but we've been a good part like 2018. So you're now going to 2026. You have this wide open gap coming down to retest, and then you bounce back up. That would mean this year could be a big problem. It could be a struggling year, but everything's early. Who knows what's gonna happen? And that's the monthly, quarterly chart you're showing. Look at that. Seeing the quarterly, you're ready to cross over. You're touching right now in stochastics. It's just slightly hanging on. See the yearly, just showing a red candle now. Monthly is already crossed over. It really crossed over back in like January, February. You have red over white now in stochastics. So the daily chart's fading. Very choppy. It's been choppy since really January. Look at this. Back and forth we go. So you had these little moves. It'd be like a week, 2 weeks, down, bounce. It's a mess. No clear direction, really. And then now you're fading out 671. The SPY opens up. It'll put it down here about 650. Was 665, 655? Wait a minute. 6591. So it'll put it out here. So, yeah, that's okay. Let me look at the actual SPX. All right, this is the actual SPX right here. All right, so we're at 67.40, but right now futures saying 65.91. 65.91 puts it right about, where is that? Right here. So that's a big move down. You're right near that November low in October. So you can see this. We're just fading down. See the weekly on this too, like going all the way back on this. Yeah, that leaves this whole room down here. And I like 600 because it's January. That is good support. You'd say 6,000 exactly, or about 61.26. Right in that area. You start to roll over deep. This gets worse. See, this is not going to end in a few weeks unless everyone just, Trump stops and they come to agreement to talk. Like, Adam, how are you going to stop on a dime at this point? They have uranium. What I read, they have 60% uranium enrichment, possibly 90%. So we have to go in there and take that out once and for all. You got Delta Force. You got to get someone to get in there, and you're going to have to protect them and take it out. I don't know how they do that. It's going to be one tough task. It's like way different than going after Bin Laden. I mean, you're talking about uranium. You need like suits and stuff. And what do you do with that? You bring it back? It's crazy. I'm no expert on that, but it's going to be a major task. So the market is in trouble at this point. And then you have, of course, market's slowing. Market's been slowing for a while. I've been telling people that. AI, I believe, was holding up this market, like hype, the actual hype. It's ridiculous. The actual economy is not that good. So we'll see here how far we go. Tomorrow will be very interesting. You're down 1,100 right now. I mean, could we get to 2,000 down one of them days? It just, they really unload down. People are just panicked. We'll see how this plays out, but it's going to be very interesting volatility. That's it. Please subscribe to Mike Heyman Trades on YouTube, all other social media. Peace.